I wanna feel like summer. I wanna feel like summer. I wanna feel like summer. Hello everybody and welcome to, of course, Community News episode number 16. It is Nick Cee here. Yeah, I want to feel like summer. Absolutely brilliant here. Some nice little relaxing music here to start you off here, and hopefully we'll get some interest with some sort of kind of audience somewhere along the lines here. You're hearing the voice of Nick Cee here, and of course, yes, it's time now to, of course, we'll add to the stage. Hello to everyone, and very, very good afternoon to you all here. I haven't been on this kind of StreamYard sort of platform for a very, very long time. It's been a while, but yet I've been busy on the TikTok side of things as well as doing some videos on here. So, yeah, I've seen that, of course, at least 35 people have seen at least some of my videos, which we have shared across the platforms, including Facebook. And the problem is, of course, on certain platforms, it doesn't really get as interesting as other platforms. You know, it really, really it depends on what platform it is. And of course, I don't think, as far as I know, X, formerly known as Twitter, has actually got a scenario where people do view a lot of things. They seem to view more things political wise than anything else. And all the attention is sort of aimed at the people that are starting the issues here. We are totally independent and community wise. And if you are watching live here, as a live on replay, then massive hello to you. And if you're watching the captions, otherwise known as subtitles, as that's what they call it these days, then massive hello and welcome to you to this platform here on YouTube. So hopefully we'll get at least one person tuning in. We'll have to wait and see it on that one. And let's see if we can get some comments coming in as well. And of course, we're looking for new mods as well if you want to come and join us as well. So we need to build an audience. It's not easy, especially on YouTube. So of course, yes, I will do my honorable thing by playing you some videos that I have done recently. And of course, I will mute it for a bit. And of course, I will talk over the top of it. So if I'm talking over the top of it, it's because I'm doing a commentary of the experience of the recent walk, 8 kilometers walk, which I did recently with my partner called Nicole. And of course, yeah, that's her name, known as Blondie. So yeah, that's the current, of course, stage name for her. And of course, she was persuading me to walk further and further and further. And eventually, both of us had back issues. So we had to get an Uber taxi in the end, which cost around about £5, which is reasonable price actually to get to the train station, which cost about £9 each of us. But anyway, of course, that was just one single to Cambridge, just to let you know. I will be doing a little bit of word for today as it is Sunday here. So you see your Sunday edition here on Sunday, the 7th of September 2025. I'd love to have an extra guest on the show talking about lots of local issues, localized sort of stuff that are interest to the public. And if you are that one person that does want to be interviewed, and I know you in person, then of course, preferably you must be 18 plus. But if you'd like to be a guest on the show, like Oscar Harvey, for example, if he watches the touring channel, as in Touring with Nick Cee, or of course anyone that he knows that is 18 plus, then of course we'll be delighted to hear from you. But of course, preferably I've got to get to know you, and we have to have it sort of TV friendly, as in radio friendly, very, very similar words, we will play you some videos and we'll play you some excerpts of my May edition of the Nice and Relaxing Show, where I have been filling in for Giuliani Buzz, and he's been taking a long, hard, well-earned break. And the absolute Nice and Relaxing Show that I'm talking about is ready for you to watch a little bit later on in the program, and it is from Wednesday, the 28th of May, 2025. So this show welcomes, of course, comments, and of course, yeah, welcomes your support as well. If you are interested, as I say, of commenting or being a guest on the show, if you're 18 plus, and I know you personally, or you can email actually touring with us team@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from different sort of people talking localized issues. That is local journalist at its own best here. And of course, basically nothing, of course, mainstream, and nothing, of course, to do with the higher up sort of political kind of area. But yeah, lots of things going on in the bigger, higher world. But of course, yeah, I knew I would have at least one person tuning in, and one means a lot to me. And thank you very much for taking your time to watch in today here, live and direct in living color here. I'm Nick Cee. If you are just tuning in, you can see that on your screen who I am, and that's exactly who I am. So, yeah, I'm hoping one day I'm able to actually go to a different area and kind of like broadcast from a different sort of background here, because it's not great to have this background, but to be honest with you, but it's better than nothing here. And yeah, we'll be talking about some very, very interesting places that, of course, may be of interest to you as well. And of course, I'll be talking to you very, very surely but wisely about a video that, of course, we just recently uploaded. And of course, it is in an unusual area. And of course, yes, unusual area of BSE, not the mad cow disease, as I said at the end of the video. But of course, that might be erased because I'm doing a bit of commentary explaining, of course, the video and the walk. So yeah, that's to come. And also we've got, of course, the Nice and Relaxing Show from that date, which I just said earlier on in the program. If you didn't listen, I'll repeat once more: Wednesday the 28th of May 2025. So a few months ago from this very end date right this minute here. So thank you very much for whoever is tuning in right this minute. It really means a lot. We'll do some word for today as well. That's also coming up. So the show usually runs about an hour or so, but depending on if we get some more extra viewers, we might extend it to 15 minutes after the hour. It depends. It's very much like the Dan Wharton Outspoken show, but of course, yeah, if you don't know Dan Wharton, he does his own independent source, and more, of course, concerning more higher up sort of area, which is involving more politics, which we don't do here on this independent version. And we do more localized, promote businesses, and much, much more. And we're looking for guests that would like to come on and have a chat with us as well at the same time. So, yeah, if you are that one person that wants to do that, get in touch with us today. touringwithusteam@gmail.com, or just contact us through the Facebook page or Twitter, wherever possible, or even TikTok, actually. But yeah, we'll do some places to go to very shortly. So, yeah, before we do that, let's go to this video here. So, of course, yeah, you got me in the background here, a little bit of music here, and let's pause this for a bit here, and I'll just turn that down slightly here, and just let me explain where we are right this minute, and how we kind of got around to filming this, because at the end of the day, of course, I didn't expect to even come to this park area on that particular day. It was Friday the 5th of September 2025 when we filmed this, and of course I did not expect to see a shaded area, and of course yeah, to be able to relax. And somebody did my creaming of my legs, which is probably a better place to do it than an inside place. But I'm not going to go into details with that. But yeah, that's me presenting here, and I was told to go and see the waterfall, which is the waterfall, which of course we experienced, and yeah, it was quite an experience to see something like that, because it was like going to the seaside and seeing and hearing at the same time, like you're seeing now, of the waterfall. And more we notice, more we find, which is part of the strap line here. Notice I've got on the corner of the screen here, and I'm pretty up in full mode so you can actually see. It's touring with Nick Cee. Sorry about the explanation mark. I don't think that was meant to be there. But of course, Nick Cee and Blondie's Adventures. So, of course, this is part of the other channel, which we also have, of Nick Cee and Blondie's Adventures. We also have that on TikTok. And of course, we also have it on YouTube as well. I don't think Nick Cee and Blondie's Adventures is on X, formerly known as Twitter. But yeah, you can see the edit here, which is slightly different to the part 1 version on TikTok. So we've got to make it a little bit different here. And of course, the old ruins of the Abbey here, as you can quite well see, it's actually a better commentary than it is of the original. But yeah, I'm just making it up as I go along. A lovely view of that little area there. It's all changed since I've been at the particular end of Abbey Gardens, and it closes sort of in range of different times, depending on what time and season it is. It depends on what season you're at. So yeah, it could be spring, summer, and winter. Winter is going to close a little bit earlier, but yeah, there's only one way out, which is the other way. And that was the radio that was playing in the background. We couldn't have too much of that because of copyright issues, but of course, I can tell you it was Michael Jackson playing there. But yeah, some lovely little places that we showcased there. The River Lark, yes, that's the river that flows at the back of the Abbey Gardens, and some useful information there. It will take me all day to read all that, but you can pause it and have a look yourself if you want to see it in more closer detail. I'm going to whiz on a little bit longer here. And of course, yeah, so you can actually see a highlights version as I skip through here, because you can see this all in full without me talking over the top. So yeah, I'm trying to whiz it to the best bits here. I'm trying to get you to listen to a very important bit here. A very important bit here, and I think this is part of the Abbey ruins here. I really do think that. So, of course, yeah, if you know any more details about that, I'd love to see this guy again.
This is part of
this guy that's coming up right now. So, yeah, I was going to end up that way, but of course, my partner decided to go this way. And, of course, the reason why she decided to go that way and further on from the church where we originally wanted to go to is because she wanted to make me do this 8 kilometers walk, which, of course, was starting at this place where the beautiful sunset was. So, yeah, it was a long walk, and you'll see that in highlights mode in just a moment. And, of course, I was called a sugar, by the way, and that's what partners are supposed to be doing. And, of course, it was quite hilarious.
What church?
Sorry? Yeah. I think there was a confusion there.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. I think she wants to go to the church way, so... to where? I don't know if you don't tell me.
I thought you said Tesco, because Tesco, wouldn't go down there.
Yeah, I think she wants to go to the church but is there a walkway to get to it?
Yeah, well, that's a long way. Yeah, go all the way up there.
Yeah.
Turn right over the 2 bridges.
Yeah.
And then St Mary's Church, you go past the courts on your left.
Yeah.
And walk up through the graveyard, and it'll be on your left.
It shouldn't be too far, about 5 or 10 minutes?
10 to 15.
All right, okay. Yeah. All right then, mate. All right, thank you very much. Really helpful. Thank you.
So, yeah, basically, he was directing to the 2 bridges. Is it 2 bridges? Did he say that? Did anyone hear that? So yeah, and then of course you go to the churchyard and past the court, as in tennis courts there. Now this is a little pathway. It reminds me of a little bit of Chalkstone Way in Haverhill, but yeah, you can see how far I've walked up here, and it's not quite easy or straightforward to actually walk along these pathways using Crocs. So yeah, I was a little bit scared about that, and I thought I was walking into the unknown, where of course it felt like someone's garden here. But I believe this is a walkway at the back of what we think was an old school. You'll see it in a little bit as we venture down here, and I thought we were going to turn back from here, and in the end, as we got so far, there was no way I was going to turn back. It was going to get dark, and there's no light. Looks like there's somebody that actually lives at that building there. But yeah, luckily I was able to get some good pictures of this, especially on my zoom mode. And that's how far I've been walking once again. And it looks like it's a field there. You can't really see it because of the bushes here. And yet again, filming the nice sunset there. And I had to be very careful walking along this path because there's obviously some mud on there here, and it's probably not advisable to go in the winter. So it looks like it's boarded up. And if anyone in the Bedford Evans area or anyone that knows about this area, do let me know in the comments what this place was once. It could have been a school. What does it look like to you? Please do comment, even if you're watching it on replay. So nobody knows or seems to know what it is unless someone comments at any point. Look at the weather here. We have to make the most of the weather, by the way. And there's some still images that you can see right this minute here. Yeah, there's another version of it here. That was a still footage there. And of course, yeah, this is the actual real footage. The previous bit was the photo still footage. Sometimes photos come into footage as well. But that was weird that we saw the windows open. Maybe squatters was there. We don't know. But of course, yeah. Somewhere to do your business if you really wanted to, without getting seen, obviously. But yeah, I've never seen this part before. And before you get confused, I would say this is the rugby area, not the football field. But yeah, some people might think it's a football field. Yeah, football is kind of similar to rugby, but maybe it isn't. I don't know. But of course, it seems to be that it was definitely a rugby training going on there. And again, a view of where we just walked here. Now, my brother actually saw this, Giuliani Buzz, who I want to call Giuliani Starburger, but he won't like that name, apparently. But yeah, some nice still footage, as I call it. Well, actually, still photos, actually. But yeah, he watched this video and he thought that, of course, he was expecting a little bit more. But this is the end of the path here, and you'll see the Google map in just a moment. There we go. That's where we pinpointed, not far from Sainsbury's. And you've got, of course, the BP garage, which, of course, we're just about to show you in just a moment. But yeah, you can see the lovely view from above there. And this is Dobby's that we spotted along the way here, the flower shop. Lovely to see that. We'll be delighted to go and visit that at some point. But yeah, we've gone all this far here. I was absolutely shattered by this point here. And it is a 24-hour service there. And of course, that means that it's a 24-hour shop, basically. I presume the shop is open until then, and they can probably serve you after that. But yeah, probably the doors shut at 12, like they do in Esso, in Haverhill or Sturmel Way, if you've never been to that petrol station. And they also offer you a what they call a pick me up to start saving. Register for £2.50 on us. So if you ever go to a BP garage, you could use it to save petrol or anything in the shop, I believe. So yeah, I'll have to double check that. But of course, yes, some interesting words here about the wolf. The King's men came to finally so on. Yeah, you can scroll back and listen to that again. Edmund's body were eventually laid to rest in the Benedictus Worth. There you go. And the information such goes on and on and on. And that looks like a king lion or some sort of king of Bears and Evans there. And it tells you about the statue there. The wolf was carved from a seasoned English oak by chainsaw sculptor Ben Lowhill. There you go. And the information goes on. Sorry, we had to flick the other pictures because of time here. The actual whole video is about 14 minutes long. And this is the view that I had. That's the last pictures that I had. And there is a little bit of commentary saying thank you very much for watching. And this is the close-up that I got. And by this point, my back was really, really hurting badly. And I think I do need physiotherapy at some point to actually prevent anything else happening, like my back breaking or something. But like I say, this is the actual Bury wolf. Apparently there's a wolf being seen, a real one, in the Wandlebury Park. I don't know what the true myth is behind all that. So yeah, it's coming to the end of the program on that particular kind of program. Not that particular note, by the way. Excuse me. It's because I'm talking live here. Do apologise about that. And so, yeah, I had to pause my microphone for a second. But like I say, of course, a huge thank you for anyone that has watched this particular video. We filmed it with pictures and videos here, and it obviously took a lot longer than 14 minutes. I reckon on average about over an hour and a half, but it was getting dark. So I had to go along the other route, which I think it was Maryland Court or something like that, near the Cathedral of Bears and Evans, where we picked up the taxi to go to the train station. Eventually one turned up because we had to wait for the Uber to come up on the screen. And of course, sometimes if it's busy, you can actually basically try again and an Uber taxi might turn up. So yeah, interesting. So let's go back to me here, and hello to everyone, and of course it's great to be here for the community news with Nick Cee, episode number 16. Seems to be more people watching when we programmed it. Seems to be the answer to all the solutions here, and I'm speaking through a direct microphone here just in case you want to know a little bit about the behind the scenes here, which is quite professional actually as it gets, basically. And it's a nice little microphone. It's a condenser microphone which you feed into a sound card, which you can actually buy on TeamU. I'm not going to go further than that. You need to find it yourself. But I will at some point advertise some TikTok items. I need to find out how it all works and all that kind of thing. And maybe I'm allowed to do it in each show, advertise a item. Maybe I'll contact the seller and see if that seller is interested in that. I've got a cold coffee here by Lions here. So yeah, very shortly I will be talking about the different places to go and different leaflets that I've picked up along the way. But yeah, we're going to put a background kind of music in the background. Let's see if we can have a little bit of ambient sound here. Can anyone hear that? Back onto this screen here, so you can see me at the same time, and of course, just get the scene of the community news with Nick Cee. So yeah, I don't know if anyone will buy a mug with community news with Nick Cee. I'm not quite sure about that, but of course, yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit so you can actually hear my voice. Right, okay. Now I'm going to be talking about this kind of word for today. And keep on going. Fix your eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. So yeah, I'm actually going to try and let's. Yeah, there you go. You don't have to see my face all the time. So yeah, maybe I can put it up in the corner of the screen just in case you're wondering who is behind the scenes here. Very magical, isn't it? It's very cool, isn't it? So yeah, keep on going is the subject of this one here. A Sunday school teacher was telling the story of Jonah disobeyed God and ended up being swallowed by a big fish. For 3 days he cried out from the depths of the ocean, and after 3 days and nights God ordered the fish to split him up on the beach. At the end of the lesson, the teacher asked the class what they had learned, and a little boy pinned up, "It just goes to prove that you can't keep a good man down." Maybe a person down. You don't have to say a man in this instance. You don't drown by falling into the water. You drown by staying there. David said, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholds him." When your dreams and plans get rained out, stay focused and run with perseverance. Winston Churchill once said, "The nose of the building slants backward so that he can breathe in comfort without letting go." When you focus on something, you empower and give it momentum. And that's why Satan wants to concentrate on things that don't matter. Jesus looked beyond the cross. He focused on what lay on the other side of it. The Bible tells us to fix our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith, which is belief. Remember, God doesn't pay by the week, he pays at the end. You will be rewarded based on how you finished, not how you started. And Paul says, these troubles and sufferings won't last very long, yet result in God's richest blessing upon us forever. So stay focused and keep going. I'm going to read you one more here to, of course, finish up with, so that, of course, you get some sort of idea of the word for today. And, of course, it's based in Stoke-on-Trent, so that's Word for Today, United Christian Broadcasters. And then we'll read some bits from, of course, various other places, so you'll see my picture in just a moment. So, yeah, I'm just going to get you a background picture now, so you don't have to see my face all the time. And we will take a break very soon as well. And how long will we going for? 30 minutes. And time has just gone flowing by, isn't it? So if you're watching on replay, we do really appreciate that. And, of course, we'll be talking about the Saffron Warden Hub, which is the Jubilee Hub as well. We'll give that a mention. We'll give Steam a mention. We've got lots and lots to mention in the programme tonight. This evening, actually, on a Sunday, which is absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, you're hearing the voice of Nick Cee here. Word for Today, United Christian Broadcasters. In step with the Spirit. Let us keep in step with the Spirit. The Bible says, since we live by the Spirit, let us keep in step with the Spirit. Problems arise when you try to understand spiritual things with your natural mind. Comparing spiritual things to natural things makes the things of God seem foolish. And this is what Paul had to say. The Spirit searches all things, even the deep things of God, and he reveals them to us in different ways. Author John Walker says, becoming one with Jesus means developing spiritual discernment and accepting the sometimes seemingly illogical things that come from the Spirit. God speaks to us in various ways. Here are 3 to watch for. Number 1, stop signs. These are red flags warning you not to go somewhere. A dog I once owned helped me to understand this. He was used to being on a leash, and when I take him to the neighbour's field to run, I simply say no when he approached somewhere he shouldn't go. The dog hadn't done anything wrong, and my warning wasn't a rebuke. It was a caution for his own protection. Number 2, nudges. A spirit nudge can alert you to impending danger. A Holy Ghost flare to guard your heart. Once, a friend of mine was driving towards a green light when he felt strongly prompted to hit his brakes. So he did, just as a lorry ran a red light. If it hadn't been for his instant obedience, he'd been killed. And number 3, shushes. When we are in a conversation, God often warns us. So when we're in a conversation, God often warns us when we step close to the sinful topic, an unfair comment or gossip. And when God shushes you, stop talking. So I'll be shushed in a minute, I think. So there you go. So we'll read another one a little bit later on in the program. So we're back, and of course I'll stop the there you go. I'll stop the music there for now, and of course I can resume in just a moment here. We'll go back to me here. So welcome back here to the show that hopefully never ends. Now, of course, let's talk you through that, of course, a little bit of segment there where I talk a little bit of local politics, not, of course, mainstream politics and all that kind of thing, or, of course, anything that, of course, the mainstream media never play. And they'll never do independent sources, which I think is a little bit unfair. But, of course, I think a majority of people do agree with me. Maybe some people don't. But, of course, yeah, it's just one opinion after another. But what I will say is that the show that never ends that I do is talking about certain issues, like localized issues that need to be sort of directed to you lot and be addressed, which nobody else will address, including the mainstream media. But of course, what I will say this now, the show that hopefully never ends is what the sort of idea behind the actual name. It comes from Jim Davidson's Welcome to the Show That Never Ends. So that's what I will say. That's where it's actually originally come from, as in where it originates. So, yeah, before we go to my previous Wednesday, the 28th of May, 2025 edition of the Nice and Relaxing Show, then I will actually talk you through a little bit of some of these lovely, of course, pictures here. Lovely pictures of leaflets here. Visit Colchester mini guide. I found this in Bury St Edmunds. You can actually look at these sort of leaflets in your own hand as well. And for those people that can't read and can't be bothered to read, then I can actually try my best to talk you through some of what is useful in the leaflets. For example, of course, Visit Colchester, the mini guide, has a free map inside it, very similar. In fact, definitely like this. This is the map of Colchester here. If you've never been to Colchester, I have been through it. I've visited there a few times. It's got a really good bus service, quite reliable. So, yeah, I'm actually going to talk you through some of the useful stuff in and around Colchester area. First of all, I'll start with the Roman River and Tiptree, which is also a name of a restaurant in Saffron Walden, which I'll talk about Saffron Walden very shortly. But yeah, Roman River and Tiptree. Any visit to Colchester must include a trip out to our famous zoo located just on the outskirts of the city on the B1022 on Malden Road. Whilst in the area of the actual city itself, I didn't even know that Colchester was a city. Apparently, it is a small city. But make sure you take time to visit the small village of Cockford, home to a true hidden gem, St Michael of All Angels Church, with its stunning medieval wall paintings depicting a host of angels and the zodiac rendered in a rare Byzantium style. Further down the road, discover the tallest Tudor gatehouse in Britain, Layer Marney Tower, built in 1520, a style later used at Hampton Court near London, I believe. Conclude your journey in Tiptree, which is a name of a place actually. Wonder if the Tiptree restaurant is where it's got its name from. I'm not quite sure, but with a visit to the tea shop and museum at Wilkins of Tiptree, world famous for their jams and conserves. And you might want to visit Con Valley, which is, I don't think it's any relation to the Con Valley Railway, which is in Hedingham, that sort of area, and Halstead near that sort of area, which is part of Essex, apparently. Con Valley, head west out of Colchester into the scenic and beautiful Con Valley. Meander along the country lanes and picturesque villages, taking a traditional East Anglia timber framed architecture. Make sure you look out for the magnificent chapel viaduct, which dominates a local skyline for miles as the sun pours through its majestic arches, casting dramatic shadows across the rural landscape. It forms a jaw-dropping photo opportunity. So if you want to snap your pictures along this sort of picture, you can see the railway bridge there. I don't know if it's actually anything to do with the Con Valley Railway, though. So we'll talk about Mersey Island in just a bit. Of course, I've been just looking up some of the messages. Right, okay, Mersey Island. No visit to Mersey Island. Yeah, no visit to Mersey Island is complete without sampling the native and the world renowned Colchester oysters. With its soft golden sand, apparently, and iconic pastel beach huts, Mersey Island itself provides some of the region's most attractive vistas. Everyone that visits apparently Mersey Island has a favourite memory. And what's that favourite memory? I'm wondering if anyone actually knows that. What it is watching the sunset. That's one thing there, and crabbing in the marina, and watching the sailboats gliding down the estuary, or just feeling the sea breeze or the sand on your toes. It's a place to wind down and relax. So that's pretty good. And the Constable Country, nothing to do with the police, by the way. Constable Country, is that where the police hang out? I don't know, but of course, yeah. Constable Country and the Dedham Vale. Northeast of Colchester, you'll discover the Constable Country, travelling the border between Essex and Suffolk. A designated national landscape, this area provided inspiration to several great English painters. Several great English painters it was inspired by. Hire a boating, rowing kind of boat for your trip down the Stour, which is the Stour Valley, I believe. Or if you're feeling lazy, jump in the trusty and electric pleasure boat plying its trade during the summer months between Constable's birthplace on Flatford Mill. now a National Trust site with tea room and picturesque Dedham. And if you fancy going to Wivenhoe, which I've never been to in my entire life as well, so follow the Riverside City to sea trail from Colchester to Wivenhoe. Lose yourself in the town's historic lanes and discover independent galleries and shops, plus the unique Nottage Museum. If the weather is on your side, grab a pint and a portion of chips and enjoy the key of the evening. If you don't fancy a walk, it's actually a 15-minute bike or just 5 minutes by train, perfectly located to explore for a change of pace whilst visiting Colchester. How brilliant there. And Colchester was Britain's first city and first capital of the Roman Britain. Discover a wealth of heritage treasures and contemporary attractions telling a fascinating story of over 2,000 years in the making. Further afield in every corner of the historic city of Colchester. From coast to country, there is so much to explore. Uncover an area of surprising, beautiful contrasts with bags of unique character. That's the word, unique. That, of course, props up everywhere here. So, yeah, in addition to selling maps and guides, they can help with free information about opening times and entry fees for local attractions. So, of course, yeah, there is a Colchester information centre, like Tourist Information Centre, for your first stop. And if you need to explore, experience, and enjoy Colchester area, then that might well be for you. Also, details of events in and around Colchester. Excuse me. Booking and guided tours. Choosing gifts from your visit to Colchester, your travel plans, and information on regional and national destinations and attractions. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, I do need a drink. I don't know how some presenters do it without, of course, coughing at any point of the program. So, yeah, I don't know how these independent presenters do that without actually, of course, coming up with any cod in their throat. But anyway, information on regional and national destinations and attractions, as I said, and the telephone number for this is 01206 282920 and email bic@colchester.gov.uk. Visit Colchester Information Centre, Holly Trees Museum, Castle Park, Colchester, CO1 1UG, entrance off the High Street. And there is, of course, walking tours as well, which is from Camelodium. Oh dear, oh dear. I think I've spoken too quickly there. So, yeah, walking tours from the Camulundunum to Colchester. Take a guided walking tour around Colchester to discover the history and heritage with an expert guide. Visit Colchester. That's the name of the website, by the way. .com for more details. So that's Visit Colchester here. And of course, anything that you do miss in this program, please rewind and listen again if you can. Sorry about, of course, the cod in my throats here. So, yeah, visit your local Haverhill market if you know anything about Haverhill markets or just markets in general. Of course, the Haverhill is in Suffolk here, and the weekly markets usually are Friday from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. on the Market Square, on Saturday at 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. at the Haverhill High Street. Of course, the makers' markets are between these times at 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. And, of course, takes place in the High Street, 2nd of August, 6th of September, 4th of October, 1st of November, 6th of December. And for more information about markets at westsuffolk.gov.uk. And there is a, of course, website for that. And of course, I just read out the email for that. WestSuffolkMarkets.co.uk. And lots of events taking place. Let's have a look at the October one because, of course, there's a lot of August ones that have finished here. So, yeah, Friday the 31st of October 2025, Halloween Trail at Eastern Park, 5:30 p.m. till 8:30 p.m. And on 9th of November 2025, this is Remembrance Sunday, and that takes place at the town centre. Yeah, the town centre of Haverhill and Cemetery at 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. And finally, Saturday, the 29th of November, the Christmas Market Carnival and Fireworks from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. And it's supported by the Haverhill Town Centre and Recreation Ground of where these two places are, and it's probably, of course, supported by the Haverhill Town Council. That's not what I meant to say. So, yeah, it's taking place in the Haverhill Town Centre and Recreation Ground and supported by the Haverhill Town Council and West Suffolk Council as well, which is currently Bury St Edmunds. But, of course, yeah, we move on to all this here, and let's have a look at, of course, some of the things here. Yeah, you can actually donate, of course, to the NHS if you really want to as well. Your kindness can change lives. If you know you can rely on Adbrooks, whether it's a treatment or emergency, or actually for emergency, acute condition, pregnancy, or long-term illness, or anything else. And of course, the whole team here can do everything they can to provide the care you need. And thanks to the immensely generous support of donors and Brooks and the Rosie Hospitals can provide a level of patient care beyond that which can be delivered by the NHS funding alone. Charitable donation fund high-tech equipment, specialist staff, extra comforts, and vital research to find potential cures and help save lives locally, nationally, and worldwide. Help your hospitals. £5 can actually help support counselling services so that people with cancer can get vital emotional support through their darkest days. And £10 could actually help pay for specialist medical equipment such as mobile intensive care units for ambulance to help dangerously ill children and young people. And finally, £25 could help our world leading researchers find better ways to diagnose, detect, and screen for disease. Addenbrooke's is more than a hospital, it's a community of thousands of people, and together, community helps to make the hospital even better. Get involved today and be part of that community. Of course, this is what somebody had to say. This is a new surgical robot which will make a massive difference to our patients. Thank you ever so much. We are so pleased that we got there and we couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. And that's from Professor Grant Stewart, Professor of Surgical Oncology and Consultant Urologist. And somebody else had to say thank you very much. So this is from Kirsty and Martin Jackson's son Albert, who was born 6 weeks early. He was mentioned at Addenbrooke's for his brain activity in fighting off infections and jaundice. And a few weeks later, Albert was finally well enough to go home. And this is what Kirsty had to say. The emotional goodbye when we left the ward was felt by us all. We owe a lot of thanks to the midwives, doctors, and neuro team who worked with us right from Albert's birth to his being signed off from the hospital last year. As a way to say thank you, teacher Kirsty dressed up as 11 from Stranger Things, shaving her hair for an extra element of fun and raising £2,600 for NICU. How you can help, of course, make a personal gift, take on a challenge, put fun into fundraising with an event or family, friends, or colleagues. Choose us as your charity of the year or get a group of colleagues together for one of the events. Leave a gift in your will as a lasting legacy. Volunteer with the NHS to make a difference and share your story and tell us what Addenbrooke's means to you. So, of course, you can find out more information. Helpyourhospital.co.uk and sign up for more information and ways to get involved. There are so many ways you can support us. So, yeah, absolutely brilliant here. So, yeah, a gift today, which is what it says here, a gift today to help save lives and Addenbrooke's even better. Every day, wonderful people like you help us improve healthcare for patients at Addenbrooke's in Cambridge. And to hear more from our hospital's charity and find out how you can support Addenbrooke's, get in touch today. Helpyourhospital.co.uk/, donate or scan the QR code, which is just literally here. So, of course, I'll repeat that website again, helpyourhospital.co.uk/donate or scan the QR code here. You can also text my hospital in capital letters to 70450 to donate £10, and you can email hello@4adambrooks.org.uk or call 01223 217 757. So that's 01223 217 757 for the number for Addenbrooke's there. Registered with fundraising regular FR there. Absolutely brilliant. That's that leaflet. You might see it spotted around at Addenbrooke's there. Brilliant stuff. So, of course, I know this is a little bit late here, but of course, from, of course, the 31st of August 2025, a guide to fares and tickets in the East. So, yeah, it looks like, of course, introducing new fares across the Bedfordshire, Cambridgeshire, and Peterborough from Sunday, the 31st of August 2025. These changes are necessary to ensure that the bus services remain financially sustainable. We'll continue to offer the same ticket types but slightly different prices. Multi-journey tickets continue to offer great value, unlimited travel from just £3.21 a day. We're also simplifying our range to make the journey planning easier. Bedford Town and Bedfordshire Plus fares will now match the pricing of all Town and Plus zones. The East Gold Zone is being withdrawn due to low usage. Existing ticket holders can continue to travel until their ticket expires. For a detailed review of the new fares and more information, read through this booklet. So there you go. Of course, just read through the booklet, which is, of course, something which you might be able to pick up on a stagecoach bus or something like that. So, yeah, a guide to fares and tickets in the East here. Stagecoach, we've got you. And, of course, you can download the app through the to find out the bus times on the QR code there. Absolutely brilliant. We'll be talking about, of course, the Steam Cafe in just a moment, so please do stay with us. So, of course, yeah. So, within Cambridgeshire, bus fares are capped at £2.50 until, of course, the 31st of October 2025. As part of the local scheme, the £2.50 singles will be available on journeys that operate solely within Cambridgeshire. The Tiger Pass also offers discounted single bus fares. I know anyone under 25 in Cambridgeshire and Peterborough. The pass is free to obtain from Cambridgeshire and Peterborough combined with authority website. So, yeah, adult, which is the passengers bit, are passengers. Standard tickets for passengers aged 19 and over. The youth passengers under 19, including children, and students with a valid photo ID receive 30% off their standard fares. A small group up to 3 people of any passenger type travelling together. And a large group, of course, is for up to 5 people of any passenger type travelling together. And concessions holders of a valid concession passes are entitled to free travel, subject to local E16 time restrictions. If you are reaching a state of patronage or have eligible disability, you may be entitled to a pass from your local council. And job seekers with a valid Job Seeker Plus travel discount card, you can get 50% off single tickets. So, which ticket is right for me? Of course, single, valid for one journey, adult youth pricing options available. Day rider, which is unlimited travel within your selected zone for one day, valid until the last bus of the evening. Flexi 5, a bundle of 5 day rider tickets, valid for use at any time within 12 months. Available exclusively on the Stagecoach app. And Flexi 10, a bundle of 10 day rider tickets, valid for use at any time within 12 months, available exclusively on the Stagecoach app. And 7 day Mega Rider, which is unlimited travel for 7 consecutive days within your selected zone. Travel 7 days for the price of just 4. A 28-day Mega Rider, unlimited travel for 28 consecutive days within your selected zone. A Mega Rider Extra, which is a 28 Mega Rider paid monthly by occurring online payments. Tickets are automatically added to your smart card. An annual student bus pass, discounted unlimited for students within your selected zone for the academic year. A valid student ID is required. Now valid for 12 months. New smart cards will no longer be available to purchase on board. Please buy your ticket on the Stagecoach Bus app or on the website. This is as of 2025. All right, okay. The prices here for adults here: day rider £6.50 and Flexi 5 £5.20 and Flexi 10 £4 and 55. This is price per day, by the way. And 7 day Mega Rider £3 and 71 and 28-day Mega Rider £3 and 21 and Mega Rider Extra £3 and 21. Annual student for nothing on the adult town zones and youth, which is day rider £4 and 60, Flexi 5 £3 68 and Flexi 10 £3 and 22, and 7 day Mega Rider £2 and 63, 28-day Mega Rider £2 and 25, and the Mega Rider Extra, which is nothing for youth, and the annual student for £1 and 62, and the plus loans for adults is £10.50 for a day rider, and Flexi 5 is £8.40, and this is price per day, and Flexi 10 £7 and 35. 7 day Mega Rider is £6, and 28-day Mega Rider is £5, and Mega Rider Extra is £5, and nothing for an annual student for plus zones for adults. So the youth is for a day rider £7.50, Flexi 5 is £6, and £5 and 25 for Flexi 10, and £4 and 29 for 7-day Mega Rider, and £3.50 for a 28-day Mega Rider for youth, and nothing for a youth on Mega Rider Extra, and annual student for youth is £1 and 99. So, of course, the town zone fares for Cambridge City Centre, Peterborough City Centre, Bedford Town, Haverhill, March, St Leots, Fenland, and Hertfordshire. Day rider. Adult is £6.50 and Flexi 5 is £26 and Flexi 10 is £45.50 and 7-day Mega Rider is £26, 28 Mega Rider as in day Mega Rider of £90 and Mega Rider Extra is £90. Annual student is nothing for that. And of course, all on the youths here, £4.60 for a day rider. Flexi 5 is £18 £32.40, £32.20 in Flexi 10, 7-day Mega Rider £18.40, 28-day Mega Rider £63 for youth, and nothing for a Mega Rider Extra for a youth there, and of course youth for 585 and annual students. Groups of course, small and large. Small first of all £9.50, and large is £14. The plus zone fares, very quickly I'll read through that because we'll go on to, of course, my nice and relaxing show from Wednesday, the 28th of May 2025, very shortly. Bedfordshire and Cambridgeshire. Day rider are £10.50. These are all adults, by the way. Flexi 5 adult for £45, and Flexi 10 is £73.50 for adult, and of course, 7-day Mega Rider £42, 28-day Mega Rider £140, and Mega Rider Extra £140, and annual student is nothing, as in blank, and youth for day rider is £7.50, and Flexi 5 is £30, £52.50 for Flexi 10, and 7-day Mega Rider for £30, and 28 Mega Rider, as in 28-day Mega Rider, is £98, and it's gone blank on the Mega Rider Extra for the youth, and of course annual student is £720, the most expensive one for that one. And groups small £30.50, and large groups is £22. So there we have it. Okay, so that's why they're introducing new fares. I repeat once more, we're introducing new fares across Bedfordshire, Cambridgeshire, and Peterborough from Sunday, the 31st of August 2025. These changes are necessary to ensure the bus services remain financially sustainable. We will continue to offer the same ticket types, but at a slightly different price. Multi-journey tickets continue to offer great value, unlimited travel from £3.21 a day. We're also simplifying our range to make journey planning easier. Bedford Town and Bedfordshire Plus fares will now match the pricing of all other Town and Plus zones. The East Gold zone is now being withdrawn due to low usage. Existing ticket holders can continue to travel until their ticket expires. For a detailed overview of the new fares and more information, read through this booklet. Right, okay. There you go. That's all the prices. So you need to have a look at this for more details, as of what I've just read. Okay. Excuse me. So we continue. But before we do that, we will talk about the Steam Cafe, which is based in Bury St Edmunds. Ipswich and Bury St Edmunds, they have the Steam House Cafe, which is a fantastic way to, of course, chat to people if you're experiencing, of course, mental health and well-being. Really, I should go and take a break, shouldn't I? It's 5 minutes past the hour I was supposed to be on, but thank you very much, everyone that has tuned in today. It's really been marvelous. We had at least about 3 people tuning in to us, but yeah, I don't think we've had any comments to put up on the screen. But of course, maybe another time we will. So it's a safe space to seek mental health and well-being support. So a shout out to the Steam Cafe, as in Steam House Cafe, trusted mental health support, Ipswich and Bury St Edmunds. Open 7 days a week. Of course, daytimes walk-ins are available, as in welcome, and evening appointments and urgent assistance from, of course, 6 o'clock till 10 o'clock at night. So, yeah, in Ipswich, of course, it's at 22 Carr Street of Ipswich in Suffolk, IP4 1EJ. And Bury St Edmunds at the Malt House, Elsie Yard, Risby Gate Street, Bury St Edmunds, IP33 3AA. And of course, they prefer you to actually book, because I've actually found out myself, and they can talk pretty much about anything that is bothering you in this world. And if you are suffering from mental health here, it's a great way to chat to people on a one-to-one level. And the number to ring them, please get your pen and paper handy, because this is very useful for you lot out there. Okay, and of course, ring and booking is recommended before you go there. You can visit for a drop-in session, but of course, they recommend you book uh, a sort of one-to-one basis, or you can bring a friend with you if you wish. And the number is, remember to write this down: 07435 946043. Get that, did you? And the number once more is 07435946043 to ring if you need to book for the Steamhouse Cafe in Bury St Edmunds, which is literally situated next to the bus station and next to the car park of Bury St Edmunds. All right, okay, and of course, this is a little bit of info about the actual Steam Cafe, which is a unique and safe cafe-style space with a fully trained team offering holistic support to adults experiencing mental health crises day or night, drawing on experience as in experiences and learning as in learnings from decades of assistance to those most vulnerable in our community. STEAM, with capital letters, provides clients with a calming and informed environment beneficial to their needs. Our safe heavens provide guidance, support, and personalized pathway plans, which are mindfully co-produced or co-produced over a period of time with our team. Yeah, co-produce is the word on that one, to enhance future of well-being for the client. Steam provides a person-centered, as in centered intervention assistance to support primary services across the Suffolk and Norfolk. Reach out for more information on our approach or make a simple referral on a client's behalf. Right, okay. Client support at Steamhouse Cafe is delivered in 5 key themes, and they are: support, as in journeys begin with a simple face-to-face assessment of need by understanding client requirements and introducing them to our service offering. Transform, personalized intensive support plans are identified, understood, and then self-managed by the client with ongoing team support. Educate, providing educational tools to assist clients with their needs. Our support provides a nutritional, good mood food offering throughout the whole day, which highlights the importance of maintaining a well-balanced diet for a healthy mind and body. Aspire, assisting clients' future ambitions by providing a route to achieve via lived community networking, well-being support, and employment pathways. And finally, motivate. Our team remain available throughout the client's journey, face-to-face and / or virtually, to offer further light touch wraparound support aids the client to achieve their full potential. What do their clients think about Steam? Steam is my safe place to come when I feel the most unsafe. Somebody else also said it's it's great that I can just walk in and somebody is there I can talk to. If it wasn't for this place, I'm not sure I would have coped with my health. I have dissociative disorder, dissociative disorder, and I do have bad attacks, and they know what to do if I have one. It's so relaxed and a perfect place to come. LEAF, Lived Experience Advisory Forum. Access Community Trust is committed to developing propositions that are driven by the insights and feedback from our customers and the local community. Our STEAM cafes have their own lived experience advisory forums to ensure we are meeting the needs of those who use them, and to support the voice of lived experience being heard within the wider mental health system. And they proudly offer free personal development training and support to those, to ensure that those with lived experience can build their skills and confidence to ensure their expertise can support positive change. Yeah, of course, the coffee shop is now open with sweet treats, savoury bites, and toasties, plus hot and cold drinks. Steam is operated as a social enterprise by the Regional Charity Access Community Trust. By joining a cup of tea or a tasty treat, you are actively supporting the charity's mental health support services that are also operate within the building. It's a wonderful way to indulge in some delicious treats while making a positive impact on the community. Of course, scan this QR code to make a referral. Of course, this QR code here, I don't know if you can get it up on your screen here. To make a referral, or simply visit accessct.org/referrals. Okay, so of course there is another one in Ipswich. Find us at 22 Car Street, Ipswich, IP41EJ, and that's a telephone number of 01473 316 850, or mobile /text. That's 074 3594 3590. That's 074 3594 3590. That's for the Ipswich version of Steam House Cafe, and email steamip@accessct.org. And the Burston Edmonds version is at the Malt House, 8 Elsies Yard, Risby Gate Street, Burston Edmonds, IP33 3AA. And telephone number is 01284 630923, or mobile /text 074 35 944 076. And you can email steambse, which is Burston Evans, at accessct.org. And for local community feedback and ideas, they really welcome your thoughts and suggestions, as they will help them shape the future provisions. Share your thoughts by email to steamip@accessct.org, or steambse at accessct.org. That's I can't pronounce it right. It's steambse at accessct.org. Sorry about that. And of course, immediate support, or don't feel like you can feel safe or keep yourself safe, ring 111 and select mental health. So that is it, I'm afraid. But of course, we're going to leave you with some nice and relaxing shows here, which is in the past. And of course, yes, it's of course something of my keyboard existence here, and we're going to play that to you as we finish the show in complete style. Thank you very much indeed for watching. It has been a pleasure doing this show, and thank you to those people that have watched in. Really, really enjoyed your company today. So we'll carry on fighting the community spirit for you, and please do spread the word about this live stream here. And of course, we really do appreciate your time watching in today. Going to leave you with, of course, my previous highlights of the Nice and Relaxing show with myself, Nick Cee, in for Giuliani Buzzbuzz, not Giuliani Starburger, as he preferred not to be called, but of course, yeah, Giuliani Buzzbuzz, who may return hopefully soon after a very, very long break from especially his TikTok page. But of course, yeah, I do hope that you have enjoyed the show like no other business. And we can catch you all soon for the next episode, which is coming soon. Whatever the episode is, we hope that you can support it here. And lots of ways that you can support the touring with us by tuning in as and when you can. And we appreciate you watching on the replay as well. So thank you very much for watching this airtime here. And we'll carry on, as I say, fighting the community spirit for you. And until next time, peace out and God bless. And yes, have yourself a lovely rest of the evening ahead. From me, Nick, because I haven't done this for a long time here. So hopefully you'll join us for whenever we do Community News episode number 17 on the YouTube version. Till next time, take care, and we'll catch up soon. Peace out for now.
Yeah, I sort of enjoyed playing all those kind of tunes there. Where else? Just where else but the nice and relaxing show here, live and in living colour here. Sorry about knocking the microphone to and fro there. I don't know what's happening there. I think, of course, Alvin has got a lot of say in that one. But, of course, rest assured, I hope that everyone is enjoying the show like no other, live and in living colour, as I keep on mentioning several times here. And I think Alvin is enjoying it here, even though, of course, the sun has gone in and it's getting dark. You can see outside the studio window. Anyway, of course, there was an inklings of course, Jesus Christ is risen today, which, of course, I played in different keys. I don't know what it's supposed to be in, but, of course, I should really know. But I think it's supposed to start in either C or D or something like that. But, yeah, one of the two that I have been sort of transposing the keys from time to time. I haven't got it 100% correct on this occasion, so it is kind of like a trial and error show, really. It's a bit of fun. If I go wrong, of course, it's all part of the actual show rather than being so professional all about it, more like a comedy show. So if you see me smile from time to time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I just want to say that, of course, I was playing Who Are You Laughing At Now? Who are you laughing at now? That kind of thing. So, of course, that's basically what that was all about, okay? Just in case you're wondering. So, a bit more of improvisation here. Please do stay with the one you're on.
This is a made-up piece.
Entering the next level. Entering the next level. Back from outer space. Entering the next level. Entering the next level. Entering the next level. Entering the next level. From outer space. Entering the next level. Entering the next level. Entering the next level. Entering the next level. Outer space. Outer space. Back from outer space.